another lesson in the Aloha series, and we had a lesson on weaving in the forward direction, and so this lesson is on weaving in the reverse or rising currents. And I am on the windward side of the island of Oahu, and I chose this spot because it's one of my favorite places, one of my husband and I's favorite places to come and watch the sunrise. And so we didn't catch a really good sunrise this morning, but there's plenty of sunrises on our website, and the reason I think of the sunrise and just want to put that into your mind is because that rising current is sometimes difficult to remember that, okay, if we're going in reverse, we're rising up. So maybe you can think of that sunrise and just and also I think of it as a new day, but we'll get into that at the end of the lesson. So as in all the lessons, we're gonna start out in the body. I'll demonstrate first real quick, just the reverse weave, and then we'll get it in the body, and then we'll go from there. This is our reverse weave. Alright, so that's what it looks like with the poi. Let me demonstrate with the hoops really quickly. So get it going with the Okay, so that's what it looks like with the poi and the hoops. But now again, getting it into the body is first and foremost what you want to do. And so remember this swimming backwards. So if you can find your way to this swimming backwards motion again, and just that rising, just really thinking of that rising. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take the right hand, okay? And rising with the pinky, I'm going to cross the midline and begin to draw a figure 8. And the pinky is rising in front of me and falling behind me. Rising in front, falling behind. So this is what it looks like just in the body. Okay? And if we want to exaggerate it, we can make it really big, just to really get it in the body. Now with the left side, going to the left, inhaling as we come up, exhaling as we come down. Bringing the breath into this is super good. Okay, so pinky rising. Okay, so maybe see if you can just now let your hand fall just a little bit. And I have a little bounce in my knees for some reason. Okay, so that's what it is in the body. Okay, so this is one place in learning this technique where the hoop can be really useful because you don't have to have it spinning. You can actually hold it. And if you don't have a hoop, if you have any kind of, even just a little stick or a hanger or anything that you can grab onto, like this. And so I'm going to grab a hold of this. I'm going to twist my arm so that the pinky is facing up and my palm is facing you. And I'm going to rise, have the pinky come up, rising, and then fall behind me, and now rising up again, and crossing the midline, and rising up in the middle, crossing that midline, and falling behind. Okay, so this I could just do in really slow motion. Okay, and then you can try it on the other side. Okay, just really slowly. And then once you get used to that, you can pick up the speed a little bit. See if you can really let it fall behind you and then muscle it up. And now I'm going to grab one of my poi. Okay, again, one arm at a time. So I've got my poi here, and I'm going to go into this rising simple circle current. Okay, and I'm going to pinky, this is the part, I'm going to pinky it across the midline. And so the timing here, when it comes down to 6 o'clock, that is when I'm going to pinky it over to the other side. So I'm going to pinky it over to the other side and back. Now, I've seen students have trouble getting it back, so I'm going to face you for just a second. And I want you to try this at home. So pink it over to the other side and then just leave it there and see if you can sustain it, sustain that spinning on the other side. So pinky and then keep it spinning on the other side. So this is a really great drill. You can see it from this side in the rising direction. And actually this is, yeah, try this, sustain spinning on the opposite side of the body. It's going to help you out a lot. Okay, and then when you feel ready, we're going to pinky it over to the other side, just like that. And you can just do a few rotations on each side. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, and then take it to 2, and over, and 2. And then when you're ready, see if you can bring that alternate, drawing that figure with the pinky, little bounce in the knee, and then try it all on your left side. Okay, so by now you've practiced it on your right side and on your left side, including that, I hope you did this, including that sustained spinning on the left side. I promise you this is going to help you. If you haven't practiced that, this is probably going to be difficult, but presuming you have. Now, the next part of this is really similar to how we learned the falling forward to beat me. So, except this time, and I'll face you, we're gonna throw the poi up into the rising direction. So, a couple ways to do this. The first way is going to be in the same time, and I'm going to actually bring my hands together like this in clasp work. And I'm going to start on one side of my body, and then I'm going to bring it up with the pinky, and then let them fall behind, rise up, and cross. So I'm drawing a big figure 8 with both my poi. So this is the 2-beat weave right here in the same time. Now, once you get used to that, the next step would be to bring some space. So imagine that ball of energy between your palms, and see if you can bring it into same time, just like that. And you can just play here for a while, and eventually you'll slip into that split timing, especially if you speed up. I'm going to speed up my right and have it just really swing and speed under the other one. And then now I'm in my 2-beat weave. So that's one way. The other way to get into this is straight from split time. So going right into split time. And here, I think it's best to just make your goal to cross one time. You know, you don't have to go into continuous. So what that would look like is just one cross, just like that. And because we are in split time, one poi is going to cross before the other one. And so I'm going to take my right poi and I'm going to send it across my body first. And then my left poi is going to go over my right. So it's going to look like this. So I'm going to go up and so I'm going to go right and then left, right and then left. So there's a little millisecond. So one's right, and I'll face you doing that real quick. Okay. So I'm going to go right and then left, right, left, right, left. So that's the basic 2-beat weave in the reverse current. Now remember, there are 2 directions for that, so I want you to keep that in mind. And what I've been showing you is actually my right pinky leading. So my right pinky is leading, which has my left arm is going over my right arm. So just keep in mind there's an opposite direction with my left pinky leading and then my right coming over. So make sure that you practice that on both sides to give you optimal freedom in your dance. Hey everyone, we are still in the 2-beat reverse lesson, and the challenge in filming outdoors, as you might be able to guess, is definitely wind and the elements. We love the elements. However, on the beach it was getting really windy and we were just a little challenged with that. So we have moved to another beautiful part of the island. We're back at the Heiau. We love this place. So just going with the flow here in the filming, and that actually weaves in perfectly with the last part of this lesson, is learning how to flow and dance with the 2-beat rising weave. So once you have it in your body, and that is the part that just takes drilling. Just drill, 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 practice, practice, practice. And this is the part that really brings in that balance, that harmony, harmonizing what you're figuring out with your mind and getting it into the body. So as you practice and as you feel more comfortable, can come over here, is you'll get it, and then just begin to take a walk with it, you know, just see if you can take a step back, take a step forward, okay, and then eventually, you know, see how low you can go, and then maybe take it up really high. Okay. So the final piece of this lesson in learning to just weave in that reverse current is really about also somatically. Just one thing that I noticed for myself is that everything is much easier in the forward motion, in the falling current, and we are neurologically programmed to walk with one step in front of the other, not behind, right? So this is definitely something that's going to be really healthy for the nervous system, for you to just practice just going in that opposite current. However, the other piece of this that I think is just really powerful to couple with your life journey is, when I think of reverse, I also think of rewrite or repattern, right? So repatterning in the body is something that we can all do that gives us access to repatterning in our minds. And, you know, so the question that I will leave you with at the end of this lesson, that we explore further in the Beauty That Transforms curriculum, is what does it take to repattern and rewire neurophysiologically to recreate oneself in the body, in the mind, and in our reality. And, you know, is there any aspect of yourself that you are currently seeing possibility in rewiring, and if so, what do you think it would take to make that happen? So I leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's been a pleasure. Aloha and namaste.